Hi, this is just a follow-up on last week's lesson. I just want to explain a couple of things about what we did in the last lesson. For instance, this image here, how we got the two images side by side. I want to demonstrate how we went about that again. So I'll start here with the original image, and you can see whenever you've got an image, you can look up the top and see how big it is. This one is 700. It's only at down here. You can see it's only at 50%. That's 100%. I'll take it back down to 50%, and the actual size of this image is 792 pixels. I'm going to make that an even 800 by clicking on scale, and you can see I'm going to scale it now. The width is going to be 800. So scale. Oh, anyway, that's close enough. 792, 800, close enough. Now I am going to duplicate that layer by hitting this duplicate button. I'll turn the top layer off and then click on this layer, which is now the one that we're looking at, because if I turn that eye back on, that it's that top layer that we're looking at. Turn the eye off, and it's the bottom layer that we're looking at. Now what I'm going to do with that bottom layer is just adjust it a tiny bit using colors and curves, and I'm just going to darken it a tiny bit. I might even try this and lighten it up a bit. Wow, way too light. I'll just lighten it up a little bit, not too much. I'll see how this goes, just darkening it a little bit, and then just adding a bit more lightness to it. That'll do. It's just a bit of a guess. You can play around with it as much as you like to get the effect you want. Okay, that one's done. Now I'm going to turn the top layer back on, and what I'm going to do with this top layer, now that I've got it selected, is go to filters, and I could go distort emboss. That's what we did last time, but this time I'm going to try something different. I'm going to go decor, no, artistic. Yeah, I'm going to go, yeah, again, filters, artistic, photocopy. And you can see here from this image here, can I make that a bit bigger? Yep, okay, there we go. And you can see it's looking a bit like a drawing. That's maybe a bit too much. I'll try that and see what sort of effect we get out of that. Okay, now that I've done that, these two layers, there's our top layer here that we're looking at, that I've used the filter photocopy to make it the black and white image, and turn it off. There's the other photo, the other image layer that we adjusted with curves. So I'll turn that back on. Now go up here to mode. There's mode. Mode now is normal. Let's make mode overlay, and you can see the result that we get. It's probably not quite as good as that when we used emboss, but you can always play around with the settings of either photocopy or emboss and come up with all kinds of effects. I'll just turn that off for a second so you can see what it looks like without the overlay layer blended with the bottom layer. Turn it back on. That's what it looks like. Okay, now I will going to duplicate that bottom layer again. Okay, now those first two layers, what I'm going to do is I'm going to combine these two layers by clicking on that, by right clicking on that and going merge down. Now it's merged, so I've only got two layers. Now we need to double the width to have the two layers side by side. So what I'll do is I'll go, how to do that is we go up to image, canvas size. Canvas size means the same thing as image size. Okay, width 792, that's practically 800, so I'll make it 1600 to double it. But I didn't connect those two, that chain link. So if I don't connect those, I'm only going to increase the width. Yeah, which is all I need to do. So yeah, I'll just resize that. And you can see I can swap it either side, resize again, and there we have it. What I'm going to do now is select that bottom layer, and I'm going to go edit, copy. I'll turn that one back on, and now I'll go edit, paste. Okay, so now we've got a floating selection. To anchor that to a layer, the best idea is just to click new layer, and it'll anchor that, as you can see, to a new layer. Now I'm going to use the move tool, which is this tool here, move, grab it, move it across, and you can see that we've got our two different images, and it's not quite, you can see by these lines, it's not quite neat enough. So I'm going to use the crop tool to neaten it up, and you got to be careful using the crop tool. Try and make it exact as you can. And I'm getting most of the photo in, down to there. Let go, then put it in the middle somewhere and click again, and there we have it. It's finished. And we can merge all these down, merge down and merge down, and there's our completed image with two side by side, just so you can see the difference between the two. Last thing we might want to do when we have any image at all is add a border. So we'll just go up to filters, I think it's decor, yep, filters, decor, add border. The border color is white. That's well, yeah, it's pretty close to white to me. And the border size is 20. That's fair size. Delta, I think Delta gives it's a beveling effect, so I'll just take that down to 1. Okay, and you can see we actually do have a white border, although it's hard to tell because the whole background's white. Okay, that's you can see here also the border layer. You can see that there's if you look closely, there's a white border around there. Again, I'm going to right click on it and merge down, and that's finished off. It's ready to export. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is show you how to, if you want to scan in a black and white photo, or if you've got any black and white photo that you want to put into GIMP and add color to it, this is how you go about it. There's a picture of Clint Eastwood, and it's a black and white photo of Clint. I'm going to turn that black and white photo into colour. How I'm going to do that is first I want to give him I want to colour his face into a skin tone. Now you can click on these uh, this foreground colour here and try and find a skin tone, which sometimes can be difficult to do. I'm going to cancel. What I'm going to do to find a skin tone is use this here. This is the colour picker. Now I'm going to find a photo up here somewhere where I think what colour do I want his skin to be. I think I'll try this darker. And you can see I just clicked the colour picker and there's the colour I got. I'll demonstrate that again. I'll click a lighter. I'll use my colour picker over here on the light colour skin and it's gone a lot lighter. Again, I think it'll look better if I make it the skin tone a bit darker, so I'll click over here with the colour picker again and get a darker skin tone. I'll go back to the click on the photo of Clint and I'll use the brush to colour his to give him some colour, his skin colour. But before you can do that, you again have to add an overlay. So what we do is we click this button to add a new layer, click OK, and instead of, there's our layer, click on layer, and the mode at the moment is normal. Make the mode overlay. So now the mode is overlay and we've got the skin color selected already, and we'll use our paintbrush. Again, here are your tool options down here. You can change the size of your paintbrush. That's huge, or let's make it a bit smaller. That'll do. And you can see that I'm coloring. I don't have a mouse pad, so it's not going to be that accurate, but I'm doing my best without a mouse pad. Making his skin, using that skin tone to try and colour in Clint's face. His ear needs to be coloured. Neck. That's not a bad skin colour, I don't think. The next thing I'm going to do is I'll colour his hat. So we go over here to our foreground colour picker and we try and find, hang on, we try and find a colour for his hat, which we could make any colour at all, maybe blue. What sort of colour blue? Something, any colour blue. There we go. Now I'm going to colour his hat blue. I think it's a ridiculous colour, but anyway, just an example. No, actually, I hate that colour. I'm going to make his hat what colour are cowboys' hats? They kind of, they're a bit darker, aren't they? I'll try that. That's looking too much like his skin. I'll try another colour. No, don't like it. Sorry, I'm taking forever to decide on a colour. Okay. Now I'm going to colour that bit of coat, and I might try and just put maybe a bit of a reddy colour to the coat. Doesn't look that realistic. But that's basically yeah, we've gone from a black and white image of Clint to a colour image, and we could fine tune the cigar by obviously this brush is too big, so I'll go down to the size. Still too big. That's about right, and I'll make his cigar just a fairly dark colour. And maybe even what can we do? Okay, that's it. Again, I'll just demonstrate again the hat colour, because I just don't seem to be able to get a good hat colour. Okay, I'll make the brush size bigger. That's better. Brush size is still a bit too big. And maybe try something silly like green. Again, I'll just put a green band on his hat. It's a bit ridiculous, but that's a general idea on how to make a black and white photo color. Again, I'll right click and I'll merge down, and that's the finished photo. If I wanted to export that, I just go File, I would export. I can export as a JPEG or any of these different images. Say I get exported as a PNG, and I'm going to export it into pictures. Hang on, yeah, pictures. Click export. It says it already exists, but I'm going to replace it and export it again, and that's done. I hope that's helped.